Welcome to Darlington, South Carolina for the Bojangles Southern 500. The track known too tough to tame, 36 of NASCAR's best look to tame the Darlington Raceway. Let's take a look at some of our drivers to watch for. Denny Hamlin on the pole. He has a fast car, especially on the longer run, so watch the 11 to be a threat for today's race. Brad Keselowski, he won the Southern 500 last year. He looks to defend his win with another victory this year. Dale Earnhardt Jr., final start at the Lady in Black. The 88's never gotten to victory lane here, so we'll see if he can do that today. Clint Bowyer, he's about 90 points to the good. We'll see if he can possibly get a win and lock himself into the playoffs. Jamie McMurray, he's the guy that Bowyer has to outpoint into the playoffs. McMurray's beaten Bowyer the last couple of weeks. We'll see if this week McMurray can get his way into the playoffs. The engines are fired, and as the drivers begin to roll off, we'll take a look at your throwback weekend starting lineup. On the front row, it's the number 11 of Denny Hamlin next to Martin Truex Jr. In row 2, it's Jimmy Johnson next to Matt Kenseth, two throwbacks. Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano make up row 3, and in row 4, it's the points leader Kyle Busch next to Brad Keselowski. Row 5, Chase Elliott next to Kyle Larson, and row 6, Dale Earnhardt Jr. next to Ryan Blaney. Row 7, Austin Dillon and the Dale Sr. throwback next to Jamie McMurray. And in row 8, Kurt Busch next to the other Dale Sr. throwback and Ryan Newman. Clint Bowyer next to Trevor Bayne, they make up row 9, and row 10, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Eric Jones. Then in row 11, Daniel Suarez next to Paul Menard. And then behind them, David Reagan next to Danica Patrick. Then it's the Daytona 500 winner, Chris Buescher, next to the number 95 of Michael McDowell. Then it's Eric Almirola and A.J. Allmendinger. Behind them, it's Landon Castle and Greg Gaulding. And then it's Matty D next to Ty Dillon. Corey LaJoie and J.J. Yaley, and rounding out the field in row 18, Jeffrey Earnhardt next to Casey Kane. Lowe's Race Facts, 367 laps. Stage 1 and 2, 100 laps each. Stage 3, 167 laps, and Brad Kay was the winner last year. Green flag, we're racing in the Lady in Black. Truex with a good car today. One car on the wall, and that will be enough to bring out the caution. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. caught too much of the Darlington stripe. Let's take a look at what happened to the 17. It looks like he had a tire go down. He didn't even hit the wall. Just a tire going down in the 17, and NASCAR decided it was time to throw the caution on that one. So Stenhouse, not too much damage. He'll have to pull out some of the right front of the 17, but he'll be able to continue tonight. Martin Truex will win Stage 1. Danica Patrick will stay on the lead lap, but Truex, Logano, Hamlin, Larson, and Kenseth getting valuable points, along with Johnson and Blaney. Heavy traffic for Truex, and a car off turn 2. That's A.J. Allmendinger, who spins just a couple of yards in front of the leader Truex. And let's take a look at what happened to Allmendinger. Just on the inside of Danica Patrick, and looks like the back end of the car steps around on A.J. Allmendinger. But luckily, he locked it down before it hit the inside wall, and he'll grab a fresh set of 4 good years and be back in the race. And Martin Truex will win Stage 2. Truex with the most stage wins this year. He's up to 10, the first driver to hit double digits, all by Larson Logano, the podium at the end of Stage 2. Larson trying to get to Truex. One car is around. That's Ty Dillon in the 13 and Matt DiBenedetto in the outside wall as well. The third caution for incident tonight. Looks like Ty Dillon just gets loose and slips up the racetrack and collected Matt DiBenedetto, but Ty Dillon spun down to the apron. Both cars will have some damage, but not severe, and it should be enough to continue tonight. Denny Hamlin wins the Southern 500. Second win of the year for Hamlin, and it comes in one of the crown jewel races this season. He'll do his burnout in a very long green flag run to end the race. And now he blew out his right rear tire, and that won the burnout early for Hamlin. But Hamlin, Truex, Johnson, Logano, and Larson, the top five. Larson missed pit road on the last pit stop sequence. Guys like Chase Elliott and Daniel Suarez had speeding penalties and had to try and rebound from that. Here's the third page. Guys like Patrick and Reagan, that long pit stop sequence, and they fell behind 2 and 3 laps down. And then here's the final page with some of the guys that didn't have the best of nights, like Ty Dillon DiBenedetto getting in that incident. Point standings with 2 races left in the regular season. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick each had the most playoff points. Truex with the most stage wins, but only 1 win. Gives him only 5 playoff points. So he has more stage wins than he does playoff points off of victory. So see if he can get more points down in the future. Only 2 guys can mathematically points their way in, and that's McMurray and Casey Kane. But with 2 races left, and the first of those 2 is Bristol, the Bass Pro Shops and night race at the last great Coliseum. This is American Sports Coverage signing off.